One of my favorite things to do is just walk in New York, like walk from downtown to uptown and just see the neighborhoods change and just like listen to music and be in my own world. That's where I kind of see my clothes ideally, like whatever I'm wearing, like where I should be or what I had in mind when I was dressing. That's where I'm dreaming about clothing. My name is Faye, and I grew up in a Victorian brownstone that was built in the 1800s. So that alone was so out of context with the 90s of Park Slope that I think when I came home, I lived in such a different world in my head. The independence like allowed me to have a very big imagination. I had to give my mom credit. We're like really cool looking kids. Always had a matching hat with my dresses, which I think came around because now like I love wearing hats. I got a lot of my dressing cues from my mom. I would dress up in her clothes all the time and like take them apart. She's always very glamorous, still is. My grandmother also was a really good dresser. So just coordinated, always like found unique pieces and mixed vintage with current stuff, which is kind of how I play my wardrobe out. I started in fine arts and then moved into fashion design because it was this unsatisfied urge that I wasn't getting from painting. Whereas like I felt like it was too personal and just isolated on a wall. But when you dress, and the way I dress and build my wardrobe, that communicates more about who I am than paintings necessarily. I wanted to wear what I saw and what I felt. I always make a decision when I get dressed. I never just throw something on. It's always driven by how you feel because I have to wear it. So if I'm not feeling it, it's just not gonna look good no matter what it is. I would say that my style has changed a lot. I was definitely like so attention to detail to the point where it looked like a costume. I was so into my inspiration. I looked like I was on a different planet. Like I started painting blue on my face. Like in lieu of like regular blush, I would wear like blue valued like all on my face. And just like, I was deep in it. Going to an event or doing something that is just to represent myself, I will dress in that fantasy, higher editorial part of the spectrum, but I have to find a way to communicate myself, but in a way that people will be comfortable. It's an interesting challenge for me because it's easier to just do what you want. It's harder to do what you want, but have to like creatively hide it. I am how I dress. That is like my form of communication and my art. It's also a form of isolation. I found that when I was dressing, like if I wasn't with the company that understands it, it is intimidating to people. I'm more conscious of venues. Not that I wouldn't want to stand out. I'm going to wear what I want. Obviously the art crowd is a little bit more receptive to it than Bay Ridge crowd. I don't like things that are totally set and designed for me because that's the end of that. There's very little you can do to add your own spin onto it. So I like interesting pieces that can be built on. I will go through 20 pairs of shoes before I find the right one. When I'm dressing, it's a combination between impulse and then trying it out. So I'll have something in mind. Normally it starts with a piece that I want to wear, this one jacket, for instance. And then I will bring out every single combination that could possibly go with it, and whatever feels right after doing the trial and error, that's what I'll wear. Sometimes I'll like nail the outfit on the first try, but even then I want to see other combinations I can do with it. Like what would it look like with a different shoe or a different accessory or taking things off. Like I start bigger and then I usually edit down. I have a tendency of bringing more than one outfit with me, even like if it's just the weekend, because I don't know how I'm going to feel. So I'll bring like 3 options of possible things that I was interested in wearing, but I couldn't choose one. It is a very specific feeling. Visually, I have to solve these problems. Like a crooked painting that no one's fixing. It's that sort of emotional reaction.